Welcome back. I got this clicker thing a while back, and I thought I would go around and count my books. So we're starting off with some of the books I keep on my nightstand, the ones I'm currently reading, which are Lord of the Rings right now, The Fellowship of the Ring. That one's a library book, so it does not get counted. Starting off with my shelf of dragon books, which not all of my dragon books are up here, but these are definitely some of my favorites, the Temeraire series absolutely being one of them. Here's Tolkien with The Fellowship of the Ring is Missing. I got these from Easton Press, and they're so pretty. More Tolkien books. My collection is growing. I'm working on it. It's, work in progress. You've got your fantasy, general fantasy that I haven't broken down into categories, organized by genre and height, primarily. Height of the first book in the series, not just height in general, because we need the entire series to be together. More fantasy. This whole shelf is basically fantasy at this point. What can I say? I have a preference. These are my Tamara Pierce paperbacks. I would love to get fancy editions of these, but, we'll do what we can. This is my TBR. The Wind in the Willows doesn't actually count as a TBR book because it's a reread, but it does count as a part of my library. Those are just notebooks and writing and things. So I am actually counting my notebooks, both empty and full, because they're books and they do actually get filled up and therefore are considered part of my library, because even handwritten books count as part of my library. These are reference books, mostly for editing, my editing business I have for clients. A lot of linguistics, handbooks, and dictionaries and thesaurus. Is thesauri? Ooh, I don't actually know the plural of that. And now we get my helper, Minnie. She followed me around this entire video, and she's very cute, but she has this habit of standing exactly where I need to stand, right as I'm trying to stand there. It's very helpful, and by that I mean not at all. This is my shelf of my books, and I have paperback and hardbacks of just about everything, except for the ones that don't have a hardback copy. More notebooks. These are all full notebooks that I keep under my nightstand because there's just not space anywhere else. More notebooks because I'm a writer. Some children's books that I don't have space for over on my other shelf. I really need more shelves. These are classics, poetry, that sort of thing, heading into romance, Shakespeare, all sorts of things. This wooden book is not actually it's a book. It's a secret box, which I have nothing in because I don't need to put anything in there. So more classics into regular old modern contemporary romance, and my fluffy helper standing right where I need to stand. Thank you so much, Minnie. Some of my middle grade books that I had from when I was a kid, which I still read and still love because they're just so much fun, and this one demanding attention. And then there's Pip. We have no idea what goes on inside his head. He just is Pip. Anyways, back to counting my books. The Warrior Cat series, I loved these as a kid, and I still love them. I think they're great. More children's books. I'm out of space. I really need more. I love these too. I will read them on occasion if I need to pick me up. Thank you, Minnie. That's so helpful. So helpful. Please stop. Please stop. Oh, I love you, Minnie. Yep. Thank you, Fluff. Just lovely. Anyways, these fantasy books don't actually fit on my shelf in my main room, and so these are in the art room / office, mixed in with some sci-fi. I need to get more sci-fi books. I have a bunch that are on Kindle that I don't have in physical copy, which is, a shame. And then I have some series that are incomplete. I'm working on getting these in physical copy. It's a work in progress. And now we get into the main bookshelves in the dining room, because why not? Why not have books in the dining room? These are mysteries, nonfiction, some classics, and some literary fiction. And those are actually my Tolkien's poems, which would go on my Tolkien shelf if I had room. Anyways, yeah, working on it. All of the Louise Penny books, because I love those books a very great deal. Some comic books, because why not? More Tolkien. Those are actually not my copies. I count them anyways, because, you know, family books. This is where I apologize, but my holding of the tripod gets a bit wonky. My hands were starting to hurt, so I had to switch hands, and then I realized I wasn't actually showing you the books. The ones I was pointing at that had the orange covers, those were the Jeeves books. P.G. Wodehouse. Great books. Very fun. More mystery. More mystery. Making sure they're straight. This is Anne Perry, the ones that I'm counting right now. You can't really see it, but it's an entire shelf of Anne Perry, except for this one, which does not belong there, but I don't really have anywhere else to put it, so we figure it out. Good enough. These are the Master and Commander books, the whole complete set. Isaac Asimov, which should go with the other sci-fi, but again, there's no room. Now these books I actually inherited 2 houses ago. They came with the house, and there are a lot of first editions in here, like Cannery Row from John Steinbeck, which I don't actually like that book very much, but it's a first edition, and so I'm gonna hold on to it. Because why not? There's some C.S. Forrester first editions. I've got an Upton Sinclair first edition. It's amazing. I have no idea what any of these are worth. I don't really care. I'm not a huge rare book person. I just think they're very interesting, and I am happy to hold on to them for no other reason than I really like books a lot. There's just something about books. Which I guess makes sense, given that I am an author and an editor, and I read an absolutely massive number of books. Anyways, moving on. Books on the floor, because there's no space on the shelf, leaving us at the moment with 1,070 books and Minnie. Minnie coming to help again. She just follows me around if I'm doing something even remotely interesting. Ironically, neither of the dogs actually came to follow me around doing this process, which is odd because most of the time they are right behind me if I am anywhere near the kitchen, which the dining room is adjacent. So, you know, speaking of kitchen, these are the cookbooks, and yes, I am absolutely counting these in my library because they have book in the name. Cookbook. I did not count any of the magazines though. So we have 1,100. There are a couple that I forgot to put on here that are in a different room. So it turns out we have 1,102, and I am very excited about this.